Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Today we're going to start from memory buildup and retention power. All memories which you see inside computer, if we classify them through manufacturing or buildup is concerned, they are categorized into chip memory, magnetic memory and optical memory. So means all types of memories which are inside a computer, okay, and their manufacturing is concerned are divided into chip memory, magnetic memory and optical memory. But whenever we categorize these memory depending on a retention power, so they are divided into two more types. One is a volatile memory and another one is a non-volatile memory. Let's talk about chip memory. You can see in a picture all these are chip memories. So what chip is? Chip is a small piece of semiconducting material. Mostly or usually it is known as a silicon, or we can say that it is an integrated circuit or IC which is embedded on it. Means chip is a IC or small circuit or IC, okay, which contains or which have a component which is known as a transistor. These transistors are electronic component which is embedded inside a IC, and on a one IC or chip memory we got million of these transistor or components are there. Chip memories are fast as compared to the other memory because there is no mechanical part or there are no moving part is there. But on the other hand, it need every time electronic current, means electricity or power is required whenever you are utilizing or using that memory. But remember that these are the fastest memory. Some example of chip memories are main memory, which is your RAM, ROM, cache, flash memory or flash disk or flash drive, or just like mostly you say at USB flash drive, memory card and registers. All these are types of a chip memory. Many special purpose chips are also available, okay. They are known as application specific integrated circuit, means they are specifically created for application, means for a device, okay. Here application does not mean a software over here. Application means a specific equipment or specific device. They are mostly used in automobiles or in a home appliances, telephones and other devices. In a cars or automobile, we have one EFU circuit board is there. EFU stand for electronic fuel injection. This is a circuit, okay, which contain IC inside it, and that circuit is utilized for whenever the fuel is injecting, okay, so it control that. This is available in Core or some more types of or XLI, GLI cars, electronic fuel injection processes there. So that is one example, or some electronic other component just like in telephone we got a circuit, and circuit we got chip memory is available over there inside it. Another memory is a magnetic memory. One of the most widely used type of digital data storage is magnetic memory or magnetic storage. This refers to any type of data storage used as a magnetized medium. So means that the medium which is used inside it is a magnetized medium, and magnetic tape, magnetic disk, or your hard drives or your floppy disk, they are the example of a magnetic memory. On all these magnetic memory devices, we got a tiny layer of a magnetic material which is coated on the surface of this magnetic tape or magnetic disk or magnetic floppy disk. So magnetized memory is available on this plate. So whenever the data is stored, so how these data is going to be stored? Maybe a question come in your mind. So data is there, so binary information is stored in a form of a tiny magnetized and non-magnetized spot on the surface of magnetic disk or magnetic tape. And these spots, okay, which are available on a magnetic memory, they will be represented by a 1, and non-magnetized spot will be represented by a 0. If you see on a magnetic storage device, which is a hard disk which is there should be a mechanism to read that data or write that data. So a read and write head is used, which moves closely to the magnetized surface, and this head is able to detect the magnetized material which is there on the surface of this disk. Magnetic storage is widely used and is cheaper memory as compared to the other storage technology, because if you compare them with a chip memory, or if you let's get the practical example. Okay, if you want to buy a RAM of 8 GB, so its price will be nearly equal to 2000 or 3000. Okay, and if you want to buy a 500 GB hard drive, which is a magnetized memory, so right now same it will be available on 5-6,000. So means 5-6,000 rupees you are giving for 8 GB, and 5-6,000 you are giving for a 500 GB. So which one is cheaper? Magnetic memory are cheaper. The storage capacity is also very large. Yes, I have given you the example of that. Okay, so we can store large amount of data on these magnetic memories. The major limitation of magnetic storage is that accessing the data can be quietly slow. It is not like that we can say that it is too much slow. It is slightly slower as compared to the main memory. So hard disk is the common example of a magnetic. The another one memory which is based on a manufacturing or built-in division is a optical memory. In optical storage technology, what is there? A laser beam is there, which encode digital data onto the optical disc. in a form of tiny pits and lands arranged in a concentric track on a disk surface. So what is there? A laser beam is there which write your data on your optical disk, and a pit on land or pit of fall, you can say that pits and lands are created on tracks and sectors of your disk. A low power laser scanner is used to read the data or information from these pits and lands and convert into the digital form. So again, laser scanner is used. Okay, if you open your CD-ROM or DVD-ROM and you see inside it there is a laser light inside it. That laser light is on a head of a CD-ROM that is used to read and write the information which is in the form of a digital, okay, is used to read that information. And which type of information it is going to read? It is going to read these pits and lands. Optical storage provides cheaper and greater memory capacity than magnetic storage. The optical is a cheapest memory as compared to the capacity, because if you want to buy a 4.7 GB, okay, so it will be available on 100 and 150 rupees. So one DVD disc, which is empty disk, okay, you can write the data inside it, you can read the data from that, and if you buy that, so its price is very low. 150 rupees is very low. Okay, maybe some company DVD disc are available on 100 rupees. Okay, an entire set of encyclopedia, for example, can be stored on standard 12 centimeter or 4.72-inch optical disc. So means it can store a large amount of data. So a capacity is bigger, but price is cheaper over there as compared to the magnetic storage. Volatile and non-volatile memory. Right now, if you go to the previous slides, we have discussed that we categorize memory depending on the manufacturing, and second one, retention. Right now, volatile and non-volatile is a retention here. Means the data which is going to be stored on this memory required a current, or it does not require a electricity. While you stop the electricity, the data will be available or the data will not be available. So let's discuss the volatile and non-volatile memories. Memory on the basis of retention power can be divided into two types. One is a volatile and another one is non-volatile. I think so most of you know that what is a volatile memory. Volatile memory is that type of computer memory that requires power, that required electricity to maintain the stored information. Whenever you turn off the supply, when you turn off your computer, the data in that memory will be lost or it will be deleted. So means it is also known as a temporary memory. The example of these memories are RAM, cache memory, and registers. Non-volatile memory, by its name, it shows that the data will be permanent inside it. While you turn off your computer, the data will be not deleted. So non-volatile memory is a permanent memory that can retain the stored information even when not powered. Whenever the electricity is not giving, okay, the data will be there on that. So example of non-volatile memory includes ROM or read-only memory, flash memory, magnetic storage devices, which is a hard drive, magnetic tape, optical disc, Blu-ray disc. Okay, all these are example of a non-volatile memory. Remember that all these non-volatile memories are also known as a secondary storage. Okay, volatile memories are known as a primary storage. Non-volatile memories are known as a secondary storage. Means that we can use the data for future use also. As long as the power is giving, it will show the data, but when you turn off the power from non-volatile memory, the data will be stored over there. Thank you for listening me. Your question is here, that you will find out that is there are some other volatile and non-volatile memory.